So when you're talking about USPs, unique selling points, for truck sale, what would you say were the key unique selling points for the truck sale devices?
Okay, I would say, firstly, we do maximum aero. And this is something to think about with respect to, pushing the limits of that, trying to extract all the available aero, energy recoverable. It's not just the fuel, the carbon in the fuel and the cost of it, but if you think about the equipment and the cost of the equipment, the powertrain, for example, the engine or the whatever else may drive a truck in the future, the life cycle of that equipment relates directly to energy throughput. That's why it wears out, wear and tear, energy throughput. So if that energy is preserved and extended over time, so is the equipment and the cost of that equipment. If you think about the wind tunnel chart and look at how the drag of the untreated tractor trailer goes up so dramatically in wind, it's an incredible burden on the equipment that can be much attenuated, much reduced with full aero treatment. And so you're driving your truck much more gently over time in severe conditions, and its life is extended, and the cost of that equipment is delayed. That is new equipment. Our devices also sort of provide a physical cover for much of the trailer where it's vulnerable on the underside, and the doors where these are the wear points, the things that essentially need maintenance and kind of the structural elements that end the life of the trailer. So we really kind of want to preserve things like preserve the equipment and preserve fuel, and the costs of both those things are both quite significant. If the equipment life cycle may actually be at least as significant as the fuel.
In cost terms?
Yes. If you think about what it costs, like what a whole rig costs, if you extend its life by 5 or 10%, it's not trivial. It's something that is worth thinking about. Another sort of unique aspect to our approach is that our devices are vibration stabilized and shape preserved. Over time, any kind of a structural device will tend to, with heat and cold cycles and just general wear, the shape becomes altered. It looks unsightly, and you really can't fix that. And it's like the image. It's like fleet image. You want to look like trim and true, and not like, wobbly and bent. It's not a good look. So the way that our devices work, essentially the shape is not, prone to any of that, to baconing or warping or denting. And so even if it gets dirty, you can always fix dirt, but you can't fix, a warp, really. It's pretty much impossible, or it's too much effort. So another aspect to why vibration control is relevant is that when you start to put, think of ADAS, like radar and other sensors, inside of these devices. For example, with the skirt, we can put a radar, place it low to the road in the domain of the things you want to sense, that is cars, cyclists, pedestrians, 2 feet under the trailer, so deeply embedded for wide-angle views, and low to the road to scan, close to the trailer and far as well. You don't lose things by being too high. A radar cover should be vibration stabilized. This has been shown with car radar, that if the cover is vibrating like a bumper, it quite affects the quality of the radar signal. So we have a very well vibration controlled surface cover for ADAS, which is going to come to trailers more and more. It's inevitable. It should be, especially the side and the rear of trailers, where there's considerable risk. So that is another aspect which we can uniquely do. With respect to functionality, we do sort of think about all the aspects that come in the way, interfere with normal operations, and try not to interfere with them, try to get out of the way of everything, and not, that's a big barrier to all this kind of thing, is interfering with normal operations. So the boat tail has a somewhat, I'd say, very unique kind of design approach, which allows it to be very thin and very out of the way of full door opening, which is a crucial kind of operational requirement, while maintaining a good geometric form, like being lead is solid enough, like that is, sort of structurally solid and shape preserved, and yet be able to be folded and stowed in a very compact, slender manner. It's hard to do that with other approaches that don't involve sort of it's hard to be structurally solid.